Right, you're all very welcome to the Salvation Show. And if you would like to subscribe, you can see the little button there at the bottom of the screen, or it's could be at the top of the screen. It's the bottom, is it?
I thought it was on the Brady Bunch time. It was all around me.
It's at the bottom. But as you know, we don't use a script. We don't use anything. We just like to talk to people. But we have a young gentleman. He's from Dundalk. He's a well-known musician, songwriter as well. And his name is Paudie Larkin. And Paudie's living in Sweden at the moment, isn't it?
I am indeed.
Paudie, you're very welcome.
Paudie, you're
Thanks,
very
cheers,
welcome.
lads. Thanks for having me on, yeah.
Right, tell us about Paudie.
Oh, yeah, no, I moved to Sweden. Well, I'm originally from Cox's in Cedarwood Park. Lived there all my life. Grew up there, yeah. It's a great wee place to grow up. Yeah, it's got a lot of characters, and it builds a character in yourself to come from a place like that. Not that it's a bad place. I mean, it was a diverse place.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But at the same time, everybody was on the same playing field. But no, I moved to Sweden when I was, lived in Dublin for a year. I didn't like the big city there at all. And then I moved to Sweden, I think it was 2006, January 2006.
Oh, yeah, they're a wild kid.
So I'm there a while, yeah. No, I'm there a while. And I think at the first couple of years, I had my head down, like just doing the thing in Sweden, not really thinking about that I'm away from home, because they had direct flights back then. You'd always be able to get back in and out like really cheaply with Ryanair, but then they stopped that.
Can I take you back a wee bit? Firstly, what took you to Sweden? Was it work?
No, it was
love. It's always a love. Cherchez la femme. That's right. Before I came over here, God, number 20 instead. Because he told me motto.
yeah.
It's always love, isn't it? There was you walking past Marion Park and you saw your Pauline. That was it. Stayed
That's it.
forever.
Now you have to really be dead.
So over you
Married
went.
48 years.
And what did you work at when you went over there? Presume you didn't have
when
the
I was
language
here.
then.
When I was here, I was working. With, I don't think that's there anymore. Peter Burns. It was a coach building.
No.
They built the houses down the coach road there.
Yeah.
So I served time. I was there for a few
When
years.
they're building houses,
Yeah.
it's a coincidence that it's just unbelievable you're saying that.
Paudie, hold on.
Because do you know where Country Fresh is?
Aye.
Yeah.
That's where they built the houses. And we were talking, myself and another guy, what was there before Country Fresh? It was Duffy's.
Oh, yeah.
On Patrick Street.
George Duffy, yeah. They made houses.
Because then they moved to the coach road because they were just down the road from.
So you're a
Burns.
coach builder. Is that your trade? So that's your...
So now I was like in the coach building. You could be. There was welding. There's a
Panel beating, all that carry on.
There's all that there.
Structure
Fiberglass.
manufacturing.
I was mostly spraying.
And could
spraying
you
the
take
cars.
that with you to Sweden?
Not really. The spray painting I could, because I was actually quite handy at it, and a lot of fiberglass, and I just had a good it was something that I loved doing.
Is that what you did in Sweden when you moved in? I'm getting to.
When I first moved there, I worked in this. I applied for the job from here. Because I moved to just south of Gothenburg in Sweden on the west coast, and there was a spray painting job in some car factory or whatever it was. And I went there 1 week. I was in it. And later, everybody, we've no work. I was like, fuck, I'm after moving over here. Fucking week and I'm gone.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do it. And then for a few weeks and scratching my head. And I think my girlfriend then, she had got work, I think, around that time. And I just walked in the Hard Rock Cafe. I was like, I love Hard Rock Cafe. All the guitars on the wall. I love all this fucking Madonna skirts over there. And everything said Vicious t-shirt. Yeah, let's get in here. I begged him for a job. I kept going back up every day. Give me a job. And I was in there as a waiter for, I don't know, it was a summer anyway. I think the first summer I was there. And then after that, I got a job in the town that I've been living in since. It was logistics and a kind of warehouse type of job, but it was kind of there was a bit of
your time in the restaurant, Paudie, did you pick up the language there? Did that help with learning Swedish?
Not really there. When I got the logistics job, the guys in there, and I was picking up some words and I was hearing things and I was like, oh, yeah, right, that word said a lot. I was asked what does that word mean? Oh, it means this. Right, I had it in my head, stored, boom, boom, boom. I was like, right, I want that word there. I want to add on things in front and the back of that. That's how I learned it. I never went to any classes.
You learned that language like a songwriter.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably.
What does that mean? Add that to it. That'll colour it.
That's what I was saying. I was like, tell me how to say, I'm going to the shop. I want to go to the shop and get bread.
Yeah.
And they thought, that's how I did it. Okay, now put milk in the end of that.
Right.
Put a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah.
And that's how we learned it. Jeez. But the warehouse job.
And the
boys,
QG.
the QG. But the warehouse lads, they wouldn't have, none of them would have spoke English to me. So I was forced.
Of course, because you might have been with tourists.
I did the job interview in Swedish. And I had, I'd say 10 words. So I don't know how the fuck I got the job.
Okay, I'll take it.
There's the blarney for you now, huh?
Honestly,
and your man who was interviewing me says, what kind of music do you listen to? And I said, grunge and punk. It's like, well, I most listen to. Well, you can tell a lot about a person about the music you listen to. I was like, fuck, why did I say that? But I got the job.
Yeah, but the Scandinavians are pretty much into heavy techno, aren't they? Know that?
Oh yeah, no, they're actually. I don't know what he was trying to say, but I think I perceived that as a negative thing. So I was like, "Fuck, I didn't get that job." And then I got to go. Yeah, come on in. We need an Irish fella. Yeah.
See, I would have sidelined him. I would have said the Doolies, and he would have known. Yeah. He'd have no reference.
You would have been.
Yeah, what music? Yeah, that rock, the heavy rock. You'd love them.
You would have been sent to the spray place that closed down.
Right, so that's 18 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, and I was in that job for a long, long time until it actually to change names, to change hands. It became ABB. It became a total different job, and I got a.
What are the Swedes like? What was it like working in a factory with a gang of lads? How does the humour differ?
I had a really close friend. He was very Swedish himself, but he was a.
Now, what do you mean by that, though? Very Swedish. I'm intrigued now.
They're a bit square, you know what I mean? They're just like a bit black and white. They play a bit of rules all the time.
Bit Teutonic, okay.
So they play a bit of rules, and they're very punctual with the time. They've said they're coming around you at 7 o'clock. They'll be around there at 7 o'clock. They won't be doing any of this. I'll be there at 8:30.
Not like him, like.
No, not like him.
No, but you see, but I can't blame anything except myself, but in Italy, you just completely different.
Yeah, completely different, yeah.
Oh, completely different. It's like, they said they'll be here at 7. Oh, we'll see them at 9.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
And it took
what are
me
you
a
doing?
while
I'm busy, I'm smoking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, it took me a while to get the hang of that, because, I mean, that guy, he would take me out and show me around the town. Like, it was a small town like Dundalk. I'm still living now. And I'd meet all his friends, and I'd try the Swedish out when you had a few pints in you and stuff. You'd meet them guys the next day walking around the shop and all, fucking Billy, come on, what's the crack with you? Oh, you'd be weird. Fucking. Yeah. And I kept getting, I was like, fuck, these fellas they won't talk to you when they're sober. So they're very shy. They're shy and reserved. So I picked that up, but it took me a while to learn that. But it annoyed me. It did annoy me in the first few months.
But you're over it now. It doesn't make them bad people. It's just the way they are.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Have you adopted any of that?
Yes.
Oh, not a bit of it. No.
No, the
I'm
Irish,
like
the Irish.
My mate calls me the mayor of Kungsbacka.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad come over. One of the first times my dad come over to visit, we were walking down. They had this big, massive German Shepherd. Said, come on, Dad, we take him for a walk. Walking around and early in the morning around the wee town. Somebody walks back. Dad says, how you doing? Walk straight past him. I goes, Dad, they don't say hi to each other here. So that's a weird thing. I know from coming from Dundalk and a small town of Dundalk, you don't say, well, there's the crack. What's the story with you? Yeah, good man. Yeah.
I actually seen, all the people that got their Irish citizenship was on the news, and they were talking to a girl. She says, I love this country. You don't know the people, but they say well.
I say well. They say well.
Well,
that's my dad. I don't know if you ever remember, but he learned the hard way. And I goes, Dad, don't say well to them, man. They won't say well back.
But they're not unpleasant. It's just what they do.
No, it's just what they do. No, the Swedes are lovely people.
Not like us.
The Swedes are lovely people. That's the way they are. And they're very, as I said, they're very reserved, and they're not in your face as much as an Irish person is. You know what I mean? Chatty catties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's your mother?
Yeah.
Who's your mother? I know. Who's your mother?
No, the famous one. Does your mother wear glasses? They never asked you the name, but does your mother wear glasses?
Was your mother's sister married to your man's brother from Davin? Knew him well.
Yeah.
I've had that.
I knew him well.
Just tell me the story. Do you know who I met? Like, go on, guess. You do know them, I don't. You do know them. Go on, guess.
Yeah.
I don't.
But the laugh is, there's some people who say, you know him, he lives down the road. Oh, yeah. Is he still with her? Yeah. And
No names.
No names.
No.
You know, unreal. But listen, Paudie, when did the music start?
Yeah.
When well, it was the first year anyone who was there. I will take it back. Me and my mates, when we were 14, 15 maybe, my mate's mother, God love her, she built us a shed because we started forming a band. And she built a massive shed in Farndreg. That's for you boys to play in. My mate was his only child, so he was spoiled rotten. And we had a stage made of pallets, and I was the bass player. Your man who owned the shed, he was a singer and lead guitarist, and we basically were copying Nirvana, and but we'd listen to Therapy and all these bands and the whole grunge scene. We loved all that. So and at around that age, you were kind of at that in between age where you weren't really allowed in the pubs. So my mates, the drummer's father, he took us out Joyce's Key one night, and they had
God bless Ferguson's.
They had some talent show on there, and we weren't even in the talent show, but he got us to play a song, our own song, the original song, one song. And I can't even remember being nervous about it. We went up and we played that song. And there's only one of my mates has the photograph of us on stage. And I can't, when I look at that picture, like, I just can't believe that was us. Like, we were only 14, we were on the stage playing first time on an original song, just one.
Yeah.
And that gave us the boys. And around that time, there was a good a band scene in Dundalk.
Yeah.
Late
It's
90s.
coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Venues are increasing. We've more venues than we had for a long time.
So we managed to go up to Wise Man's Bar. I think it was at the end of the Castleton Road, Bridge Street.
Yes,
a bar called Wise Man's. Yeah. And they had some sort of a thing on Friday and Saturday nights where they would play local bands in the back. There was some back room. And that guy, Bobo, David Manning.
Bobo, yeah.
He was running that.
Great. And Jake was another great promoter.
Was it?
And that place at the back was originally Tumbleweed Studio. A recording.
I think you're right, yeah. Exactly. That's what Tumbleweed Studios was. So we came in, and when I was 15, I looked like I was 12. When I was coming in, and I was just like,
he's 67 now.
I know. Good man. But we would come in the door anyway, and I can't remember if you paid in, if it was a $5 or anyway, come in. I couldn't believe we're in there with all these fucking other adults and their bands, and we lost ourselves, and we were in there, and one of the lads managed to talk to Bobo, and he said, yeah, you can come up next weekend and play. So we got up and we played 1 or 2 songs I think we did 1 cover and 3 songs, and that kind of I can't remember how many. We were called Flipside. Yeah. So that carried on for maybe a good year of different gigs in there on odd Friday night, and then the Sunshine Bar was doing the thing.
Oh, bless her,
another great venue.
Brilliant.
So, and I mean, we loved that. So we headlined some nights, and we backed up other bands. And then, of course, Bobo and the boys, they did this first transmission CD with all the bands in it. Yeah. So we got on that. We were, I think, the second last song on it. And it basically just sounds like Nirvana.
Yeah. Right, okay.
We're talking to the 2 boys last night about.
That's not bad, is it?
No. Yeah. But that's just whatever your influence with, you know what I mean? You were just, that's what.
But what shouldn't sound like a bad Nirvana?
Oh,
like a Yellow Pack Nirvana. If you sound like Nirvana, that's pretty okay.
No, it's pretty good, yeah. And we recorded in that Tumbleweed Studios, recorded the song.
But that was some undertaking, that first transmission.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Unbelievable.
And I'm always talking to the boys. It's like, because I know when they released the album, we played, and there was a big night in Caesars out to Carrickdale, and they had the release of that album. And I know someone recorded it, so there's a recording out there of it. I'd love to see it. It probably looks like shite.
I wonder.
But you can do wonders, can't you?
Yeah.
So you're talking, is that 30 years ago?
That must have been 97, 98. So it was definitely 97. I'm going to say it's
Paudie, what age are you now, sir?
45. I just turned 45.
45, so 50.
You know, look about 12.
I look about 12.
He actually does, which is very...
That's the beard. If I think about the beard, that's how I'm back, Benjamin Buttons.
But it's...
That's that theory can funk.
Have you always wanted to play? You said you were a bass player.
Yeah, but then there was no music at all for years. Went away from the music we did, me and the boys. We were just, I think it was just an age thing. We went in and we kind of went away from that scene, the band scene, and you followed everyone out to Lacey's like dopes, and you chase women here and there, and
That's the way. That's They're the steps, isn't it?
The steps, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I got to Sweden, my ex's dad, he had a lot of guitars, and he gave me one of his old acoustics. And I started playing songs because I was missing home. I was, I'd love this Nirvana song. How do you play this?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a guitarist, I was a bass player. So I would look at the tabs and I would sing it. And I was thinking, I'm all right at singing, are we? And I was going like this for a while until I had the guts to play, I think, at some house party or something. I played a few songs there. I was like, all right, people like this. And then I played in a bar. And I was,
So are you gigging still?
I do the odd one, like it's not many. Like I would do, every couple of months there's a local bar in that small town that we live in, and me and my mate would set up a night there, and we'd get everybody, all friends, and I would fill the bar up. Like, your man loves when we play, because he would make a killing on it. But I just never got to the point where I'm venturing out. Just the way life has just rolled for me. I never really got with kids and stuff.
Okay, so tell me now. So when you write a song, is it a hobby? Is it sanctuary? Is it your own space? You know, a singer-songwriter saying, right, I have to publish, I have to present, that's what I do full time.
Yeah.
And when you mentioned how life sometimes takes over, not hijacks, just takes over a wee bit.
Yeah.
You're still doing your music, you're still writing, you're still gigging, you still have the passion.
Yeah.
So as a songwriter who's not full time, but still is passionate, when do you do it? Are the kids in bed? Are you relaxed? Are you chill?
Yeah, I'm relaxed. I think I'm in my head a lot, and I think something would trigger off an idea, like subconsciously. Like a few years ago, just an example. A few years ago, my brother took me to a football match at Dundalk, and I heard the chant that the boys were singing.
And you have the little white anthem.
And I had that in my head. That chant. When I went home, I still and I said, I'm fucking gonna put that in a song. I wrote a song with it, put it in there. And it was like that the whole time. If I got an idea in my head, if I started all of a sudden thinking about my nanny's house, maybe on Bachelor's Walk, then I would put that
beside Mrs. Mac.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mrs. Mac?
What? No, Peggy and Barney, they were called.
No, do you don't remember Mrs. Mac next door?
Oh, across the road.
That was our sister Breed. Do you don't remember Mrs. Mac next door? The wee northern lady.
No, I don't remember that.
Ask the other generation.
Well, I wouldn't have been. Both my nanny and granddad passed away when I was 14, so I can't remember anyone I was around.
Yeah. Well, didn't your nan and granddad live on the main street one time?
They did, yeah. They both a shop. I think Dad said it was called the Knack or something.
Do you remember Bourne shop, Peter Bourne's? It was
on Bradford Street.
Yeah, it's actually where, you know, McAvoy's.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
You know the Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where the shop was.
Oh.
And you were living up, because I remember being at school with Brendan, and I said, God, he lives over his shop.
Over shop, yeah.
You know.
I think Dad said the Knack, the shop was called.
Yeah. The Knack was beside. It's like Moore's Tobacconist.
Yeah.
And beside Moore's Tobacconist. Yeah. I just remember that arc from the top street.
No, that's right. It was Moore's.
Moore's Tobacconist.
That's what it was.
That's what it was, right? Yeah. So obviously I wouldn't remember that one.
So you have a wee memory. So are you? What am I trying to ask you? Are you enlightened then? Are you?
I've ADD. So does that
time? Great. Does that mean battery and plug-in? I never know. I'm dyslexic. What can I say? So, but you're thinking, are you always thinking I'm the foreigner, or I'm from home, I miss home? Do you have that longing? Does that definitely fuel the music? That's what that says.
100%.
So you're doing diaspora music, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm definitely thinking about that. And then other things will pop into my head.
No.
I'll write a song about it. But no, definitely.
Have you a tune now on you? Have you got
I do, I have a tune.
We have a guitar, but do you be like other songwriters, songs about home?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
But I know some songwriters that never left Ireland, and I can't wait to get home to Ireland. But anyway.
Do you be roaring and crying?
Actually, I was building a deck down at the back of the house in the spring, and I listened to all your... I don't know how I found it. I was just looking for a new podcast, listening to what I was building a deck, and then I is there any podcasts in Dundalk podcast, and yours come up. So I listened to all the episodes.
God love you.
I did.
God love you. Can you not get our tea?
Hey, hey,
I can't. I got the dodgy box.
I'd love to see the decking. But anyway, Paudie, you're going to give us a tune.
I will indeed, yeah. When you stumble and your back is against the wall, I saw you fall and crawl. A spirit lives in every wee town. I feel it, catch you when you fall. So get up and shake it off. I'm telling you, you gotta say what's up. So fly your flag and all of your banners and lift them up, up, up. Cause it doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter where you are. The feeling is the same from afar. Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter where you go. Just put your home team on show and wear it on your chest. Wear it on your chest. Wear it on your chest. Largest hearts come from the wee places for any lost soul. Just take a walk down your local sidewalk and watch them sail low. The smells in the air, the roaring of late night under a big floodlight. The beautiful game, won and all in glory. Oh, what a sight! Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter where you are. The feeling is the same from afar. Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter where you go. Just put your home team on show and wear it on your chest. Wear it on your chest. Wear it on your chest. Home is where your heart beats best. Home is where your heart beats best. Home is where your heart beats best. Just wear it on your chest. Wear it on your chest. Wear it on your chest. Just wear it on yours.
That's,
Excellent.
Is not a song about Dundalk FC.
It is, yeah.
It's a famous saying, that isn't it?
Yeah.
Wear it on your chest.
Yeah. So I wrote that a few years ago, and then
Yeah.
well, I had the name of the song a few years ago, and I'm always singing melodies into my phone.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that about Dundalk FC. I know nothing about football.
Well, it's a famous saying.
No, but I don't. So I had a different read.
Yeah.
You got it, of course, lament.
You were
time.
thought it was someone's
But I was
pride.
your pride of your nation, your pride of your country.
Yeah.
You're away from home where we're pride.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I suppose it's the same symbolism.
Yeah, no,
But I didn't have the soccer reference at all.
No,
Yeah.
but it's not just for like when I came up with the name, but it was a different melody. It was a whole different song. It was mostly for, like, as you said, like it can be for any football team or any home
Collective.
Yes.
Collective. It's a collective identity.
That was the word.
You see a lot of people, like the Liverpool, you see people doing that.
Oh yeah.
Wear it on your chest.
They're not doing very well at the moment, are they?
Are you joking? It's doing better than United, but anyway. I was just looking at your
United, they're deadly, aren't they?
I was just looking at your chord sequence there.
A simple man,
of course,
a simple
indeed,
man.
but simple on the C to B.
Yeah.
Just that little thing there. Was lovely.
No, I like to keep
Very
it simple.
effective.
I wouldn't be the
You understood that, right?
Not in the least. No, not in the least.
He still thinks we're saying keep wear it on your chest.
I'm saying
Pair of
what you said
bra or
about.
something.
I have absolutely no. I listen to a lot of music, and I listen to varied music, but on the technical, when you're talking from A to B and all
See,
that.
you can pick out as musicians. You can pick out little things.
No,
Like when,
but you can be very technical.
as a
musician, you can be technical.
bass player.
Yeah.
If I was learning a song on bass, I would have it playing upstairs and I'd be downstairs.
No way.
Because you can hear the bass
Here
through
coming
the
through.
floor.
Jesus.
You can hear the runs.
So this is a man.
You know, I might go up and
man
learn
with
it,
skills here.
and then I put it on and go down and maybe
The runs.
Wash a bit of clothes. You can hit the right bass run.
I've heard the runs all right. I'll tell
Which
you
I have a great bass for sale if anybody
a few
wants
strings
it.
of rubber that one, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but
Holy Mother of Jesus.
you can pick out little things, and that's very effective.
Yeah, just a
that
wee
too.
bassy kind of. Yeah.
But all
Almost-
that stuff will come naturally to musicians. I mean, you don't think that technically about it, do you?
You
Don't you
th-
break down something?
Yeah, I don't, because obviously
Just comes
Paddy's got
natural.
lots of years under the belt with music.
I
Like,
don't-
but
Nuts and nuts and nuts over your
No,
son.
but would you be the
He's
bass
84.
player?
I would have been,
You
yeah.
probably have it in your mind that that's what the bass player would do, would you?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. But
Yeah,
when
but
we
it's very effective.
when me and the boys were trying to figure out, you just didn't have the internet when me and the boys, funny enough.
Yeah.
When we were learning songs, we would...
Sorry, he had a reel to reel. Did you told me this?
Yeah.
He had a tape and you stop it. Go back, boys. No.
No way.
we had, when you're learning stuff, you had to go back and take it up. But a lot of people, because now you can go on Google and take out your lyrics,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
we always had the wrong lyrics for years.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
We played one this morning on the radio where a girl came up to me and says, "Will you play? Do you sing that Butch Moore song?" He was in the Eurovision for Ireland,
Nice song,
and the name
too.
of the song is "Walking the Streets in the Rain." And she said, "Can you sing that song, Walking the Streets with Lorraine?"
It works. It works.
I interrupted you. You said with the boys before the internet, before you had the internet.
The boys used to get me to learn the songs. I said, "Paudie, you can find that song out." Yeah. And I found the bass, and then
And then you'd orchestrate that.
And we do it. Yeah.
Then you go back
Now,
and
they
tell
probably,
them what
we probably were wrong half the time. Do you know what I mean?
No,
But
no.
we used to look at it. My mate would record all the bands on MTV, and we'd be looking where chords are they playing there.
Yeah.
MTV.
But now, it's completely
Vincent.
different now. But now, if you're in a band,
Yeah,
you just send them to YouTube.
yeah, 100%.
And just say,
yeah.
"Look, watch this."
So it's like it's the music thing is a big part. Like it's always in my head. There's always a song, a melody in my head playing, and there's definitely a diagnosis there somewhere. But there's like I can always.
What's the last song you wrote? Can you remember?
I think it was that I wrote that the other day.
We're all right.
Yeah,
There you go.
How long did it take you?
40 minutes.
Right.
It's not incredible, and that's a work of art that was there.
Yeah.
It's in your head. Share it with the world, but
Yeah. So my phone is full of stuff like that, where I would be driving to work when I've nothing else around me, and I'll think of a melody or hum a melody, and I know if I don't save that on my phone, I'll never hear it again.
gone.
Yeah.
Sure, a lot of songwriters were dreaming it.
Yeah.
And got up
Oh,
and
man.
recorded it. straight
recorded.
away.
I've walked through the town off me head, and I was Shakespearean of verse. The prose, and I call myself drunk as a monkey. Prose and out of me, passes and passes. That's wonderful. Oh, I'll use that.
Gone.
Gone. So it might have been there that I would sound good at the
No,
time.
you have to
I've
write
done
it
that.
down, and like that's it. Like
Yeah, you must get it in. But you always went to Tata's after you probably would.
Shut up, you. Tata has been a great inspiration to me.
I know.
It has.
He wrote 7 Drunken Nights.
Nothing wrong with Tata's. Great wee boozer. So it is.
But
yeah.
if you were going, Paudie, if you're going for a song, would you take the melody or the lyrics first?
I think I would. I think I'd pick up the guitar and just play around. I'd move the capo up and down, try to get a different tone, and then I would find something, and I'd play like 4 chords over and over and over again, and then I'd put something on top of that. But it's easier if I have something to think about,
Yeah.
a subject.
But do you ever try, we say the normal major chords, do you ever try to go off it with another chord? Just to see what it sounds like.
No.
Well,
Give an example.
Yeah, well, an example is there's a song that song in the Muppets Christmas show where your one sings it at the end. Remember Tina McBride?
Yeah.
She sings it in we say A or E, A and B, but there's a C in it.
Oh.
And it just takes it away and then comes back. I love it like that.
Just spice it up a bit.
Yeah. Would you use just major chords or diminished or
I would just use those regular chords, like the basic ones. Like I wouldn't be like a I wouldn't call myself by any stretch of length talented
I know
guitarist
it.
whatsoever.
No, but you can pick up like
I heard a tune there. You didn't went off key. You didn't strung. You didn't break a string.
no,
Everything was kosher.
But look at all the millions of songs that were done with 3 chords.
Oh yeah,
You know, and they were the Beatles, for instance.
Yeah, no, the
My
Beatles are
God.
good.
I understand that now.
I would have loved Oasis, so I play a lot of Oasis.
Are you going?
Oasis, yeah. I'm not. I missed out. I was 97,000 in the queue when I logged on, so I was like, yeah, not getting these lads.
That was a great intro for a song, wasn't it?
Yeah, what's that?
It was 97,000.
That's it.
97,000 the queue.
And it was sure Katie Malua there was 1 million bicycles in Peking.
Beijing.
9 million.
9 in Beijing.
Is it not
Oh, we
Peking?
missed the joke.
Probably.
No,
It'll end up as a joke anyway. Does a word ever inspire you to a
1
song?
million.
Have you heard something you went, right, I can write around that word?
Yeah,
You've done that as
9
well.
million
yeah,
bicycles.
done that as well.
He's way off in his own there. Ignore him, don't make eye contact. He'll be grand. He'll come back in a minute. This way. Follow my voice. That's it.
But I did try a bit, like, because with the music, you know, your head's always flying thinking of music. But then I could get focused on other things. Like I love movies, so I'm big. I love watching movies. I always have. And I read a book about the Irish boxer Tom Sharkey.
Murals around the corner, yeah?
Oh yeah. So I read his book. I'd sent it over to me a few years back, and I read it. And I was like, this is like a fucking movie. This is like a movie. So I went away. I couldn't stop thinking about it, the book. And I said, why is no one? This should be a movie. Like, how do you write a screenplay for a movie? So I had to Google. So I was like, what movies do I like?
Yeah.
Like Back to the Future. What does that screenplay look like? All right, yeah. So I went and I wrote a screenplay. It took me 5 years. I just finished it a few months back.
Nice one.
Yeah. So
Okay, now have you licensed? I mean, have you?
no, well, I didn't know what to do with it. Like, it was something that it was just I kept going back to, and I wouldn't touch it for 6 months. And I would go back, and I'd have to read half the book again just to get it back into my head, and then I'd be thinking about it the whole time again. I'd be thinking, oh, that scene, yeah, what would happen if you put this in?
And have you run the storyboard in your head and then?
Yeah.
So you've done all that.
So I would, not the storyboard, but I'd be lying in bed and I'd be thinking of, let's just say I started writing and I was like, oh, this scene, I'd love to do this scene here. This is what I would imagine it would be like. And then you take in fictional characters and real characters, and the book is very well written. I'm a dope for not remembering the guy who wrote the book, but the book is very well written. There was a lot of things, they had a lot of dialogue. Reporters took a lot of, jotted down a lot of dialogue from him, the fighter from Dundalk. And the book is called I Fought Them All. And he did, in the late 1800s, he fought everybody that was anybody until he got to the top man, final boss. And there was like 30 kilos difference in the two boys. Your man was a monster. And they recorded it for the very first time ever. It was the very first fight ever recorded on tape. So inside this big athletics hall in Coney Island in the US, they had this huge scaffolding recording it. And they had these lamps over the ring.
I thought visual recording audio.
Visual.
Visual, okay, right.
Yeah, visual. And you can find it. They've lost the tapes, but somebody recorded a bit of it in a cigar box, a pirate, old school pirate.
Uh-huh.
And that little clip is on YouTube. You can see it. But apparently the lamps overscorched the boys. The boys were burnt and their hair was singed with the lamps. It was that hot. But it went on for 99 minutes. The boys battered each other. And that part of the book is called 99 Minutes of Hell. And that, round for round,
Who won?
had written. The other fellow won. Our boy didn't win. He didn't win. But some said that he did win. You know what I mean?
In your movie, who won?
No, he didn't. Couldn't do that.
The book was by Greg Lewis and Myra Sharkey.
Yes. So Greg.
Right, and the red.
So when I finished it, like, I'm after spending 5 years back and forth, you know, writing this thing. And I keep going in and I'm changing dialogue here. And some of it's hammy and some of it's like, fuck, that was all right. That's what I wrote there. And some of it I forgot that I wrote. It's like, geez, did I write that? And
do you have someone in mind to hand it to?
no, I did not really. No.
They'll just finesse it for you.
Yeah.
They'll just finesse it for you. If you look up somebody who would be interested rather in this story, who could approach somebody for non-fee until it goes to production, because you're pre-production, and just read that for you and just finesse it. Just who can cut it.
Well, it's a first draft, and
of course,
a first draft
Of course.
is always going to be shy.
But you're going to need somebody
Yeah,
with a bit of experience
yeah,
who knows how to shoot something
yeah.
professionally. I have a look at that. But I was thought you were going to say you'd started by writing the score.
No way.
And then the time, I really thought
No
you were going
way.
to say, I could feel the music around me, so I wrote the score.
No.
And then, presumably you will be doing the score.
No, but I did. I wrote a song called 99 Minutes of Hell. No, I can't. It's,
You haven't got it with you?
No, I haven't. It was a melody that I put in my phone.
But it's incredible that you started off with the music and the songs and then all of a sudden a screenplay.
Screenplay,
He's
yeah.
a creative guy.
You
And
know,
I
but that-
contacted the guy who wrote that book, Greg Sharkey, and he took a Zoom call with me. And he was blown away that I was so enthusiastic about the book. He was like, he'd forgotten that a lot of the things that he even wrote himself.
Yeah.
And but I don't know, maybe it was because I'm from Dundalk. Did it bite me that hard? But I used to box. I'm a boxing fan. So I used to
That's
box.
sure you have the box and you're from the
Yeah.
town, you're abroad, that's the grow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but there's a part of the book where he has a homecoming. That whole thing was unbelievable. The way he wrote the homecoming. So your man got on a ship. He hadn't been in Dundalk in how many years? Some of the rumours said he left Dundalk when he was 10 years of age. But he didn't. He left when he was a teenager, and he came back then in his early 20s before this big epic fight. He came back. He got on a steamer to Liverpool, and then he got a small boat to Newry, and then he got a train down to Dundalk. Thousands of people waiting for him on the platform. Thousands, all flocked from outside. The Democrat, all the reports that your man was writing in the book is all from the Democrat. The stuff was a brilliant read for me. I was like, this is unbelievable.
Right.
And the Hill Street, his hometown was a thatched house just on the other side of the bridge, and they lit up barrels of tar on the bridge so he could, to celebrate him coming home. But it was a massive event for the town. It was massive. The way that he wrote that in the book was
What
just
year? Turn of the century?
1897. That was,
97, right.
and the big fight was in 1899.
But you see, people of Dundalk have heard, but all they see now is that mural.
They see the mural, but they don't really know the whole backstory.
I never knew about him until the mural.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, I heard of him. Funny enough, when I was about 16.
Sailor Sharkey?
Sailor Sharkey, Tom the Sailor Sharkey, and he literally fought every psycho out there.
I fought them all.
I fought them all.
If he had been today, he'd be a very highly paid boxer.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I mean, to write him, if you read other rights, the non-biased, like he mightn't have been the most skillful boxer, but he was a brawler, and he'd knockout punch, so he was battering boys and flattening them.
Street fighter.
But it was still Marks of Queensbury.
Yeah.
I mean, it was plagiarism, it was proper boxing.
So he was a lot of like when he was working on the boats, he was as a young fella, he would go to China, and then he went to Australia, and in Australia he decided to be a United States Navy man. So he became a Navy man, and the captains on the boats were having him fight everybody. So it was all these sailor fights with different sailors, until he became legit. And then he was flattening all these professional guys, and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to fight. There's about 4 guys on the top, and you're gonna have to start fighting them now." And he fought one of them. I think his name was Bob Fitzsimmons, another Irish fella, and the referee was Wyatt Earp, not a gunslinger.
Yes. Yeah.
He was the ref.
Yeah, he's from Hill Street.
Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Hey, unbelievable. It's a brilliant link.
So he crawled into the ring, and I wrote this scene in the. I didn't go into loads of detail, but I had to write it in because it's when they talk about Tom Sharkey or Wyatt Earp, the stories that people might not know is a big one. But he climbed into the ring with a pistol in his jacket.
Is iconic.
That's incredible.
He had a pistol in his jacket, and he's a fucking gun. Stop the fight. The cops come on. Open that coat up there. Big revolver. Oh, what are you at? I don't know. So during the fight, Sharkey got a few slaps in. Your man got a few slaps of Sharkey, and your man was known for this punch, a solar plex punch. It's probably a body shot in the heel or a liver punch, but back then it was like, he's the king of these shots, and he hit our boy with it. And Sharkey went down, and the fight was called off because Wyatt Earp said, "You hit him in the groin." And it's a big controversy. Was there a few fucking...
Below the belt.
Yeah.
Was it below the belt?
It was below the belt. But then there was a doctor said, I looked down his cacks. He's a big, massive bruise there now.
Yeah.
So there was...
Right, okay.
So I wrote that into it, and then obviously the two boys who fought this big epic fight in 1899, 99 minutes, they battered each other to a pulp. Sharky's rib was sticking out of his chest at the end of the whole thing. The two boys became best of friends, and the fight was so epic, and people talked about it for years, that the boys went around as older men reenacting the fight in circuses. The two boys went around reenacting and thumping the head of each other.
This movie has to be made.
It has to be made. It has to be made.
Because I don't read books. I'm watching movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
My
you know
dyslexia
something?
kicks in.
I think you've enlightened
Yeah.
people now.
Yeah.
If people are watching this, I guarantee you,
Yeah.
you'll be looking up Sailor Shark.
Sailor
You do
Shark.
realise, of course, sales of the books. The increase sales of the books.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Paudie Larkin. Now we cut.
Yeah.
I would
Definitely
definitely give
does.
this. It's his first draft, and it's no. I'm not a writer, but I'm not a writer by any. Like, I mean, it took me 5 years. to
I
write,
know, but what are you saying? You're not a writer.
it's a back.
No
But you
one
are-
knows.
but you
no
are a
one
writer.
knows until it comes out.
No, but you're all right.
it's the backbone of something.
You just need somebody with you. It's your property.
Yeah.
It's your artistry.
Yeah.
I just need to bring to somebody in collaboration.
Yeah.
Say, right, place this for me.
Yeah.
Place this for me. Fine tune it.
Yeah.
There's a symphony.
No, it could be
Orchestrate it.
It could be written 10 times. It could be a draft of 10 drafts, and maybe that's the one that you want to keep.
No, but I really want to see it now.
Yeah.
So-
No,
so you have to-
I'll email it.
So you have to.
read it. But
Oh,
your man.
You know something I'll be looking
Yeah.
up now.
Do you remember
so-
Little Britain? And he was
We're just talking about
Dennis Waterman. So you're going to write it. You're going to write it. Play the theme tune. Sing the theme tune.
I'm telling you.
You're going to do the. You're going to do the themes. Brilliant.
But the two boys became
That's very
the
exciting.
two boys became best friends, and they died weeks apart from each other.
When did he die?
He died in 1950, I think. 1950. something.
1950. So he wasn't a young man when he died, then presumably.
No.
70s.
Oh shit! You have to look that up. But he would have been like when the book is talking about this homecoming. Like the Dundalk people were looking at him like they were expecting some big pit bull of a guy coming up.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, this guy looks deep. 81.
He died at 81 years of age.
Yeah.
That's okay.
in San Francisco.
Yeah, and his gravestone is the wrong date of birth because to get into the Navy he was a year young.
Right, he had a lie.
No, I was born.
So when was he born? 1880? 1875?
It says here 1871.
1871.
January 1st.
So it was 1872 or 3 he was born, I think, really.
Right, okay. I'm here in Hill Street.
Yeah.
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 in the thatch. Just
In
beside
an
the tower.
attached house. Yeah.
Would that be?
That's well before Users Park, well before Gosling Stairs. Well, there's nothing there.
No, if it could,
There was
yeah.
no red bricks.
But it's
No,
mad
no.
that in the book it said Hill Street Bridge was there.
Yeah,
Oh, the bridge was there.
Yeah, the bridge.
Because the railing was there from the
Yeah.
1860s.
Yeah, but you know when you go over the bridge on your right hand side, there's a smallish house. I wonder was it there?
Oh yeah, there. Yeah.
That one there.
Yeah.
There would have been cottages along the road, but there was no Goslin's Terrace or Burns's or Hughes Park. None of that was built.
Oh.
That was literally country, but there would have been
Yeah.
cottages just
It'd be
do.
interesting to see that. You know?
No, I will. I'll send it to you. You can read it. And like, as I talked to the guy who wrote that book, he says to me, "I know you don't want to send your words to me because it's embarrassing to send something that come out of your head, and you're thinking like, it's a weird thing to do. Me sending him my words, and he says, you just have to send it to me, and I'll have to read it. It's only your first draft. I know it is,
That's what he said.
but I know 100% it's the backbone of a great.
Did you
I know
regi-
100% that is.
Did you register it?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Do.
You should.
Someone,
do.
yeah. I'll have to register.
Because it'll
but I would literally just give that to
It's your
someone if I
no, but
knew
your
it.
intellectual copy. You need to be credited somewhere.
Yeah.
You have
Even if you're going to forward it, if you look at this, there's a skeleton, flash it out.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't
to
want a
be-
penny for it. I would love to see it just made.
No, don't.
You know,
No, cut that bit. He didn't say that.
he didn't.
No, he didn't say that. Cut that, Chris. Cut it.
No,
I don't want a penny for it.
that's
What, will you?
in Sweden.
That's living in Sweden.
I think he said that. I think he said that in Swedish. I can't understand it.
Yeah. No, you
No,
don't.
but they're decent things that to be in your head when you're not living.
Have you ever written a song in Swedish?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Oh, you have?
going to sing it now.
No, I won't.
And why?
I did it
Oh,
last.
why not? Now that's just culturally insensitive.
But, no. I tried to write a song that was. I wanted to have a more of an upbeat, popular song, and I goes, "I'll try one in Swedish," and I thought it was all right. And I showed it to one of my mates, and he said, "That's all right," but I couldn't remember. I wouldn't be able to.
What's it called?
I can't remember. I don't even have a name for it. I didn't have a-
Stopping you. You can't sit on the people looking at you. It's culture.
Swedish chef. It's a Swedish chef.
Yeah, the Swedish chef.
That's what it was.
Anyway, look, we're all here for a bit of fun, but
Bit of crack.
I am so interested now on
Yeah.
Sailor Sharky.
Yeah, 100%.
And definitely because I've when you were saying you got the book and you read up on it.
It's on Kindle. You can get it on Kindle as well.
It's just unbelievable, you know.
Have you written a song about it?
I tried to write one called 99 Minutes of Hell for that. And
You're saying, yeah. And did you?
part.
Have you got it?
I don't.
Can you do it?
I will do it.
Have you?
I'll do it and I'll send it to you.
All right, but have you got another wee tune for us before we go?
Yeah, definitely.
Do that one. The eye of the tiger.
In Swedish.
I have one called The Back of the Wall. I wrote a song called The Back of the Wall.
That boy hasn't left the town.
You'll never leave the town. Have you seen The Back of the Wall lately?
I haven't gone up yet, but it's a
Pulp the
tearjerker.
pulp. Go on, son.
Those rolling roads and fields had a castle on its back. The traffic swinging by, looking like Postman Pat. Many a day and night, we were played and we were chased. Back in 91, that's where I had my first kiss. These walls are the edge of where the town meets the fields. The concrete jungle spreads and it's making new streets. And through the air will change from country to steel. The iron machine forgetting 300 years. What separates the streets from the green, green fields. Stone by stone they fall at the back of the wall. What separates the streets from the green, green fields. Stone by stone they fall at the back of the wall. The nature and the past, no more harvest grass. Oh, those dark starry nights, a yellow glow spreads through the sky. For many a walker's delight, that silence that divides. No more country smell, and no more cow shite. These walls are stretched a mile through the wrath of time, but now it's caved away. For this black spot path's been laid, and though they never know what was here for many a year. A barrier of stone, the wall at the back of your home, what separates the streets from the green, green fields. Stone by stone they fall at the back of the wall. What separates the streets from the green, green fields. Stone by stone they fall at the back of the wall. What separates the streets from the green, green fields. Stone by stone they fall at the back of the wall. And your history roads, oh your history roads, and your history roads, and your history roads, oh your history roads, and your history roads, oh your history roads, 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 roads.
No,
Poster and Pat.
How long ago did you write
I
that?
just say 100.
Yeah.
Because it is like that.
That's what it looked like in my eyes when
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
a child.
yeah, I got it.
How long ago,
Got it.
Paudie, did you write that?
Last year I wrote that. Not that.
Well, and you said you haven't seen the back of the wall.
I haven't seen the back of the wall yet.
But you actually mentioned it in the song.
Yeah.
It's concrete jungle now.
Concrete jungle now, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because
unreal.
when I was a kid, me and my mates would walk up there when we were teenagers. And it was, there was no lights from this town up there. The yellow glow in the sky. And a lot of people, we used to walk there and jog there. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we stood in many's a cow shade up there. And yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
gone.
quit.
We used to play Blackberries. We're
Yeah.
from Dragons now. And
then
used to
you
visit the
said
family
you had your
in Marion
first
Park.
kiss.
I did have my first
I
kiss
was
up
at
there.
the next tree.
Many's the first happened up at Gil Holland's Mount.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
I'm telling you, it's not called Mount for nothing.
No.
Okay, nothing.
Oh,
Paudie, that was class.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I just
Thanks.
love that. I just love that undulating,
Yeah.
back of the wall, town limits.
Yeah.
Literally. Well,
Yeah.
it's not really the back of the medieval wall, it's back of the main wall at Cox's Land. But the back of the wall was the perimeter.
It's the edge. It's
The edge.
to me.
everyone would know it.
And
Yeah.
but you caught it between the jungle,
Yeah.
well, it's between the town and the rolling fields.
And the rolling fields.
There was the line.
Yeah.
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 That was, I loved that kid.
Cheers, thanks.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
Bookman back up me.
Yeah.
'Cause
Postman
it is.
Pat, he was sold in that one.
Yeah, no, but because it is undulating.
Yeah.
The rolling, the rolling
The rolling roads and fields.
rolls and fields as the cars whizzing past.
Yeah,
Love it.
But when you think of it, like, it doesn't matter who or where in the world you're from. There's someone from Dundalk.
Yeah.
You don't say the name of the street. Where are you from? The back of the wall.
Back
They
of the
know
wall.
exactly.
They know
where you're
exactly
from.
what it is. Yeah. And
You
like
know.
that was we all grew up around there, and it's just yeah. What can you do?
Well, a
Time
lot of people were mad because the wall
Yes.
at the back of the wall
Yeah.
was taken down
Yeah.
to make way for the motorway. And fair play to Jerry Mackin.
No way.
Jerry and the boys took all the stones,
Stop. No way.
the whole of it, and now you can see the back of the wall. It's a memorial in Fatima Church. You just
Oh,
see
that's
the
right,
side.
yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
it's
the
fabulous.
walls, yeah.
Oh,
it was
I have
left.
to go for
remain.
that.
And there is a little stone. They call it a kneeling stone.
Oh.
When people used to pray up at the back of the wall, there was a stone there.
I think that was the hedge schools and the
And he has
Penal
it on his
churches.
crest. It's beautiful.
No way. That's the first I heard.
Yeah, you
Jesus.
can write a song about
No,
that.
because the kneeling
He
stuff.
will.
The kneeling stuff.
Yeah, that's a great song, the kneeling stone.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Yeah.
what about any albums coming?
No, I would love to have a heap of songs in that phone there, but I'd love to just. I think I have a handy enough to write something and words to something, but I'm not good at producing things, and that's my skills. At the end there, I just don't know how to. The back of the wall, a friend of mine helped me produce that, record it and put in a wee electric guitar and stuff and that there on it.
But there's so much now that you can get on.
Yeah, I just have to get the
studio.
finger.
But your
Paddy.
artistry shouldn't stop because you can't do that element. You're
I
still
know.
creating that. There are people who do that.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, no.
So are you not willing to release? Are you control freak? Do you want to talk about? Do you want
No,
to?
no,
When did it
I'm
all
not a
begin?
control freak.
When did it all begin? Who hurt you? Tell me now.
I'm not a good
But no,
whatsoever.
so allow yourself, because a lot of my mates who would be very creative, right? And they would just be fearful of handing it over.
Yeah.
Because it's handing your kid over the first time to a new babysitter.
No, I'm not like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Because if you can't produce it, and trust somebody else to do it.
Oh, yeah, no.
But that doesn't deplete, and you know this,
No,
that doesn't deplete your artistry.
No.
Paudie. You're still creative. You're still doing what you do very well.
I know 100%. No, I would that.
Because, but please make the movie, will you?
No, and it's the same with the movie thing. I would love to just give that to someone here. Will you just fix that? Whatever's wrong with it. Like when I hand it to you, man, I said, now listen, there's nothing I can fix. There's nothing I found on the internet that fixes my grammar and that there. So that's all written for me and it's all over the shop. There's spelling mistakes.
But you see, you're coming down as a Dundalk person.
Yeah.
Saying a Sharkey.
You say we can talk properly here.
Yeah. There's a motherhood laugh.
That's
No, but it is,
colloquial, I think is the hair.
you don't want someone coming along when the movie's done and this big Barry Fitzgerald
Yeah.
coming along. You want someone that's raw.
There is a director from the town.
Yeah. John.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's his name. Yeah. He's
John.
He's from the Key.
Is he from
John Moore.
Yeah.
He's from
No
St.
way.
Clements Park.
He can
From the Key.
take it off.
His mother's journey.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
would take it on.
Yeah.
He could.
I would gladly hand it over to somebody. to fix it up and make it. I think that man's story is, if you read the book and just read what he went through, like if the stories are, he was shipwrecked and saved all the men around him.
Yeah.
He was a bull of a man. He wasn't very tall, but he was like solid. He was like granite, like, you know what I mean? He was a solid guy. And I think that his skill was that he would head down, and he made some unreal quotes.
Yeah.
And thank God there was reporters around interviewing him at the time and took down his words. And if you read it, they're very, like even your man, whoever the reporters are, they have the slang down and everything. Now, I can't come at the top of my head. I can't remember what the quotes were, but they were on, like one of his training regimes for one of his fights. Every morning I'd get up and I'd have 2 eggs and a glass of sherry. And I'd go out for a run, and then I'd do a few. They were doing kind of that type of training even then, skipping. You wouldn't imagine, you think 1890s or like, you know what I mean?
Well, the skipping and the running would all it have.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
There'd be no going to the gym.
No, there'd be no. And he was solid. If you look at the pictures of him when he was in his prime, that man was fucking at
it. You can see on the mural, the marks, you know, around his eyes where he...
Yeah, and he had a big cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
And in the book, he actually...
he was pretty formidable looking.
Yeah, he was. He was rough looking, yeah. And he had the cauliflower ear. He was embarrassed about it, apparently, in the book. Your man writes it, that he at one stage of his life, he wanted to get rid of it. And he had booked an appointment with this doctor in New York, and this doctor was going to take the cauliflower out of his ear. And I think he was not that he was a shy man, but it was something that he would force people to look at him and then, oh, he's a brute, this fella. Yeah. And he wanted to take, but then the day of the operation, he just said, fuck it, I'm not. What am I doing that for? And just stopped. But it was good that your man put that in the book. You know what I mean? Yeah. These little extra wee things, so you can build a character and what kind of man he is. But yeah, that's it. When I'm not writing songs or any of that, I'm a caretaker in the school, so I'll be going back to that next week.
That must give you some material.
Caretaking it's unreal. It's the best job.
I think as an artist, whatever you do, interpretive artist, singer, actor, producer, whatever, everything around you feeds your creativity.
Yeah, 100%.
Otherwise, you're dead.
Yeah.
But no, we were saying we've Paudie Larkin on us. Paudie writes a few songs. You just opened a career that's.
Oh yeah.
This could be the start. It could be someone.
Thanks, Paddy. Yeah. No,
there's someone could be looking at us. Should we look at this podcast? And you have this director who says, "Find his number."
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
And the guy with the baseball hat play wired up. Well, sailor.
Wired up.
He's going to
you'll play wired up.
He's going to play wired up, yeah.
Wired up.
Oh, wired up.
No,
wired up. I wired up.
You can play the ref.
Thanks.
But that's an incredible story.
It's a great story, and if you like, I had to make characters up. I had to. There was one bit in his story when he was before he became a Navy man. He was on the ship, and they wrote this in the book, and he was bullied by this big, massive Swedish guy. On it. I was like, yes,
see,
please say.
It resonates now. You see, there's the link.
Please
big
say.
Swedish guy.
I said, please say, Batters just Swedish, but I'm reading the book. And he does. He just turned around him, walloped him, and then the captain said, did you hear you, man? You battered that big bullhead Swedish fella. No way. Right. Sharkey made him an officer because of that.
Really?
Yeah, because he was such a
hard ass. He was ranked.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Well, listen.
Back in the days. Thanks, guys, for having me on. I actually
Paudie, it was an unbelievable pleasure.
Thank you.
Seriously, man.
I'm going to send you the
great stories.
You have to see
the movie script. I'll send it.
Great songs. Back to Bowl, Post and Pat, and that'll be in my head forever and ever. And the stuff about Sharky, man, that's terrific.
No, it's brilliant.
Maybe when you send the screenplay around, maybe you might know someone you could put them on.
I would have a couple of friends who do screenwriting. Yeah,
himself.
I certainly could investigate. Absolutely, have somebody tied it.
Yeah,
if you felt it needed.
Oh no, listen. If I send it to you and you want to show it to someone, just.
But I have a friend now in mind actually who can give it on to somebody.
Yeah, but you know what would be lovely as well if we could do a podcast maybe the next time you're home is some of the family. Sailor, just to come in and
I would love that. Yeah,
it'd be nice.
As I said, there's not many people that know about him, and when I heard about him, must have been 97. I heard about it. Was doing a bit of boxing and in Dundalk. I heard the boys talking about it. And I was like, sailor, yeah, all right. And it was always in my head that there was a sailor from the town.
Excellent.
But you got mixed up with the words. Like he was a champion. No, he was never a champion, but he fought every one of them.
I fought them all.
So
the next time you're on, a song about Sailor Sharkey
will have that one.
in Swedish.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. In Swedish.
Sorry, you were saying, kid.
No, I'm just thinking about that. I think you're like me. Like I'm in the process now of going to. Well, hopefully I'll get to France for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because I only found out a couple of years ago that my granduncle was killed in the World War One.
No way.
And he's buried over there. There's a monument at the barracks up here now.
For him?
With all their names.
Finally, for the fallen of the First World War, yeah.
And my granduncle was.
Bit
I never knew it
controversial.
until I seen the family tree. So I'd love to go out, put a Dundalk scarf on it,
It'd be unreal, wouldn't it?
and just take a photograph.
Yeah.
And just say, well, now you know.
No,
Yeah,
but it's
you
not
know.
just a story.
Get in contact with Arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking to him the other day.
Yeah.
So when he comes back.
Ricardo's been over.
It's just that people like that, Sailor,
Yeah.
my granduncle, and a few women from Dundalk.
Yeah. No way.
That went over, that died in the war.
Well, I love history, and I love that.
Oh, I'm a
Facebook,
history-
that Facebook page, Dundalk Old.
Dundalk North End Friends and Dundalk.
Yeah.
I love looking at those pictures.
Oh, I
of
love
Dundalk.
the old
I cannot
photographs,
believe
yeah.
it. Like there's just some of them. Like they actually showed a few pictures of Cox is the main there when the house was a newly built
Yeah.
house in Cox is the main. I think it was 67 or something. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. It's like they're standing there.
67. At the Clans was the first
Now,
one.
do you know where I live in Marion Park, but where Ashton Park is along
Yeah,
the side as you're heading up to Farm Drag.
yeah,
Well, we used to sit on top of. There was a massive forest there,
yeah.
and we used to look down at Dundalk or over across the bay
No way.
from Cox's the Main.
The
And
hill
then
on Cox's.
I was actually heading to the Duns the other day, and you know when you go through the park,
Yeah,
as you go through the park to go from Marion Park,
that's right.
that walkway, when I was young, each side had trees growing over.
No way.
And you want to see it. It was like a massive...
Well, it wasn't the main.
Yeah, it was
There's lots of streets there now, isn't there?
Oh, it's all streets now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was some... I remember we used to pass when Cox's Main was just being built.
Yeah.
And you go in and you get loads of nails and everything. You know,
Rob, he was robbing.
That's lovely. Lovely turn memories there, Paudie, of lifting. That's lovely. Lovely reminiscence, historical reminiscence. And what's this fella? Lifting. Paudie, thanks very much
Thanks very
again.
much, guys. Yeah.
Paul, it was
Thanks,
a pleasure.
Paudie.
And I, you know something? I'm going to go home now and I'm going to Google.
Tom
And I'm going to look at that piece that you said.
Yeah.
Because
The homecoming.
I always admired
Yeah.
people, and even some of the murals around the town.
Yeah.
That you see them and say,
Who
you
were they?
you mentioned Culholland's Castle in your
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
I was reading, it was Pirate Burns,
Yes.
but originally it was a castle. And the reason why the Culholland's name came into it, I was reading about this, is that there was a crowd coming from Belfast to go to a wedding in Cork on some journey in a horse.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they stopped off.
I mean, quicker sailing
They
around.
stopped off at the castle
Oh.
and met up with Culholland.
No way.
And he headed to the wedding with him.
Come in, Susie. I have a buffet ready for you.
Yeah.
I'll put on the kettle.
Yeah.
Will you have hot or cold mead?
But I seen the damn pictures of they blew me away. Actually, some of the old pictures of when it was a museum.
Yeah.
Before what it looks like now.
Yeah, but blown,
It's just
blown,
like a
it was
house.
ac-
blown,
it was
blown up
actually
in
a
the
house.
War of Independence.
Yeah.
It was actually a house.
And the
House castle.
missed.
Then it was he give it up to Bourne, give it up for a museum, and then I went in fire.
No, it was set on fire
it
during
was set on
civil,
fire.
during the
But
War of
it's-
Independence.
Yeah.
It amazes me, but like we spent years up there.
Oh, it's your fault behind you.
That was
I know,
just time's up, boys.
That's it, son.
That's it.
That sausage roll is ready. Do you want brown sauce in yours, kid? The answer to say goodbye. Edit it through. Very unprofessional. Very sorry. Huh?
Right, we'll say goodbye.
We say goodbye.
Well, Pauline,
Right, Paudie.
Thanks very much, guys.
Paudie,
Appreciate it big time.
serious
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed your company.
Thanks. Thanks.
really-
Well done,
Thanks for
sir.
The
that.
songs and everything.
I'm looking forward to the movie. I'm looking forward to that thing in Swedish.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Bye bye. Paulie, that was true.
That was good. Thanks a million.
Seriously, man. That was fucking deadly. Loved it.
Oh yeah,
Loved
yeah,
it.
right.